What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Comically Boston. Today is episode 64. It is May 22nd, 2023. We got a good one here for you guys. We're going to be talking about the Celtics and how disappointing they've been for me. We're also going to talk a little bit about Power, Book 2, Ghost, Episode 9, A Last Gift. There's heading into the season finale coming up this Friday. That show is getting pretty unbelievable, so we're going to be talking about that, a little bit of spoilers for that. Also going to talk about Ted Lasso and talk about some movies. But first, let's get right into my Celtics. Friday night, we faced the Heat for Game 2 at Boston, and we got beat 111-105. JT had 34, JB had 16, Jimmy Butler had 27, Bam Adebayo had 22, 17 rebounds and 9 assists. Caleb Martin had 25. All right, so these Heat boys can play. They play well together. They're coming for smoke. What are we gonna do? Are we just gonna sit down and let it burn us, or are we gonna come and match fire with fire? What are we gonna do, boys? Sunday last night we headed to Miami to face them for Game 3, and we go down 3-0. We lose 128-102. We get the team looked like it quit. As a Celtics fan, that was disgusting. The team looked awful. Now, as a basketball fan, the Heat were making every single shot they took. I don't think they really missed a shot all night. The Celtics, on the other hand, missed every single shot that they took. And they were taking some good looks, not all good looks, but the good looks that they did take were in and out, not going in. And, granted, they're NBA players. They should be able to find the bottom of the bucket. But it was a struggle. It was a struggle all night. At one point, we were down 112. No, we were down 40. It was ridiculous. I really struggled watching that last game without trying to lose my mind. I was about to explode. We lose by 26. JT had 14. He was 6 for 18 shooting. JB had 12. He was 6 for 17 shooting. Gabe Vincent, we don't even know who that is. Gabe Vincent has 29. Robinson had 22. Caleb Martin had 18. And Jimmy Butler, their number one guy, had the fourth most points. So now, my initial strategy was stop Jimmy, and we should be okay. Now, you guys need to win 4 games in a row, or the entire Celtics fan base is going to hate you guys. And hopefully the Celtics fan base isn't on Joe, because Joe's young as shit, and I liked that Joe took a little bit of responsibility and or took most of the responsibility. He tried to put it all on him, but JT's a good man too. JT was like, Joe didn't miss no shots tonight. It's really on the players. But Joe, as a head coach, I liked what he had to say. He said, I just didn't have them ready to play. I didn't put them in the right mentality to play. And granted, Joe's never been into the Eastern Conference Finals. So for Joe to now, in his first Eastern Conference Finals, face the craziest adversity in now having to beat 4 games in a row on an 8 seed in the Eastern Conference Finals, Joe's still shocked that he's even here. He didn't think he was going to be the head coach this season, but Ime changed that up for everybody. So Joe was thrown into this job, and he's gotten us to the Eastern Conference Finals. But how he had us prepared for Game 3 and how the Celtics team just kind of quit and laid down and just got beat up and bullied in Miami. I couldn't stand it, but I hope Tuesday night for Game 4 is a different story. But if we get swept by Miami, you're not going to hear me talking about the Celtics for a while. It's gonna hurt until next season. But I mean, we got to at least win a game. We can't just get swept by an 8 seed. That's ridiculous. I don't think anybody in the NBA has been swept in the playoffs yet. So even though both series are 3-0 right now. So I don't think anyone's been swept, but yet the Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals both are up 3-0. The Nuggets are up 3-0 on the Lakers. it might be time for LeBron to pass it on to the Jokic. He is just a beast. And the Miami Heat 3-0 on the Celtics, man. Jimmy Butler and that team, they counted them out, but that team didn't like it, and they've been putting all cards in, and they're all in together. Like, and that's what a winning team needs, right? Like, and the Celtics really need that. And I hope after Sunday's huge, embarrassing loss, they come out on Tuesday and they at least fight. You know, like, I don't want to see Joe pulling the fucking starters in the fourth quarter ever again in a playoff series. I don't care if we're down 100. You need your starters in the fucking game in the fourth quarter. And at least, when you pull the starters, that's just like telling all of us diehard fans that have been watching you guys for years that you're just quitting. You're this close to a championship, and you're just like, well, they're the better team. What? What? You're just as close. You're not out yet. Like, why are you guys laying down? You guys suck. Oh, fucking Christ. They're not terrible basketball players either. They just fucking sucked Sunday night. We got to do better, boys. And, you know, speaking of doing better, ESPN, stop being so disrespectful. The Miami Heat lead Boston 3-0, and the series odds still are Boston. All series, it's been, Heat won game 1, but the odds for the series still go to the Celtics. Either the ESPN guy's from Boston, the guy that's coming up with these numbers, either he's from Boston and he's a diehard and he literally can't count us out, or they believe that much that the Celtics are a better team than the Miami Heat, and we just haven't showed it yet, and the odds are trying to tell you that the Celtics are a fucking good team. Like, Jason Tatum can shock the world and shock anybody, so I don't know. Celtics in 7, and that's literally just me because I'm not gonna, even if the Celtics lose in the finals, I'm like Celtics in 7. No, like, no, I can root for other teams once my team's gone, because that's not what bandwagons do. Bandwagons are just like, well, my team sucks. Let's go to the Warriors. Yeah, go Steph. No, you ride with your team until the wheels fall off, and then you just go clap for whoever wins. But we all know I want the Celtics to win. Always. Always do I want the Celtics to win. But on Friday night, Power Book 2 Ghost. It was supposed to come out last week, but for some odd reason it didn't come out. I think they had like a leak problem, and when they posted episode 9, the finale leaked as well, so then they pulled both instead of leaving episode 9 because it was supposed to come out anyway. So now episode 9 came out this week. I think the only people that got to see it last week were people that have like Stars as like a channel on cable. But for me, I have streaming shit, so I just wasn't able to see it. So Stars this week, I was able to watch episode 9. It's called A Last Gift, and this one, like, this whole season's been really good, but this episode and this next finale episode are going to be crazy. Tommy comes back. When I saw that purple Mustang pull up, I was like, oh shit. And the way the episode ends, right, so we still have Effie in jail, Lauren's alive, Tommy is either killed Tasha or Tasha's with Tommy. We know at the very least Tommy took Tasha, right? Dead body or alive, Tasha's with Tommy, either buried by or disposed of by Tommy, or she's with Tommy, because Tommy was about to get shot by Tariq, and or was about to shoot Tariq or shoot Tasha through Tariq, and right as soon as I think Tariq was about to pull the trigger, Tasha smacked Tariq on the back of the head. So his mom knocked out his son to save the uncle. It's some interesting shit, man. Like, and we're just gonna figure out what happens in the finale. But like, I love how they were just like, oh, this whole season you didn't think it was gonna happen because Tommy's supposed to be in Chicago. All of a sudden, bam, Tommy's back in the friggin' the purple Mustang, kills 2 agents, runs in. He's like, hi, Tasha. You know, like, oh, Tommy's so dope. If you guys really haven't seen this Power show, go back and watch the original Power show. Tommy and Ghost are maybe the best duo in television all time. You know, like, those boys together, I loved so much. Like, and just how their relationship evolves over 6 seasons, and then how now it's evolved even more through 3 seasons of Power Book 2, and then there's been 1 season of Power Book 4 Force, which is Tommy in Chicago with the Irish mob, and that show is great. And then there's also Book 3, Raising Kanan, which is great, but that's like before Power, and that's Kanan's story. But whew, I'm pretty sure there's still a 5th show called Influence coming out, and I don't know what that's going to be about. Maybe it's like the events after Force and after Ghost, and Tommy and Tariq meet back up. Or maybe it's like all the people from Raising Kanan, Ghost and Force, and they all meet up and they all do something to make 5. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. I just think the Power series has been really good, and I forced my mom to watch it, and she's liked it too. So if that tells you anything, it's a good ass show. But another good show I've been watching recently is Ted Lasso. That show's almost done. I believe that has one more episode 2 coming out on Wednesdays on Apple TV Plus. And this last episode, Edwin Akufu, that guy is such a fucking idiot. And he's got this crazy accent. And he's like Sam Adebayo or Adesario. You are a pinky dick. All because he told him no. And then he's like trying to get this thing happen. Rebecca tells him all to fuck off. And the guy very suitingly throws food all over these billionaires. Like, what an asshole. I just want to see that guy lose. I don't even care about like the show anymore. I just want to see Edwin Akufu lose. Fuck him. Oh man. Comment below if you have been watching Ted Lasso or Power or the Celtics. What are you interested in? What have you been watching recently? I'm actually curious. And actually, if you're watching this at all, I love you. I appreciate you. And if you love me, hey, comment below, hit me up, DM me on Instagram or Twitter. You never know. Maybe I love you back. But I have some news. Letterboxd with a D at the end is an app for movie people like myself, and I had just started reviewing movies and watching movies, so like you can make lists, rank your movies. So right now I'm going through and ranking all of the Fast and the Furious movies. You have to watch them first and then I can rank them. But right now I am through movie 7 of the Fast and the Furious, and I'm trying to get to movie 10 so I can go to the movies probably next weekend and watch Fast 10. I also really want to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. If you guys haven't seen that, go check out my Letterboxd review of it. It's very, very good movie, and it made me very emotional. But I also really, really love the Guardians characters and James Gunn as a director. But search Cam Carmichael or Big Cam at Letterboxd and go follow me on there, and I'll follow you back. Or you guys can go follow me on Twitter at BigCamYouTube or Comically Boston on Instagram. I'll leave all the links in the description down below. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys later in this week. We're going to be talking the finales of Power and Ted Lasso, and we're going to be talking more about the Fast and the Furious. Comment below what's your favorite Fast and the Furious movie, or do you hate those movies? A lot of people do. For me, I was always a car guy, so growing up watching Fast and Furious 1 through 5, it was kind of like, just dumb, happy food, brain food. You just kind of sit down and you're like, hey, look at, they're driving cars for family. By the end of the movies, by film 9, F9, it's still like a decent movie, but like there's a little too much spectacular going on. You know what I mean? There's a little too much of a suspension of disbelief. Where, like, in the first couple movies, you're like, all right, I could see this. Street racing gangs, stealing gas. It made sense. There's Brian's an undercover cop trying to infiltrate the gang. Makes sense, make it make sense. And for a lot of the movies, I feel like they did a pretty good job of that. They kept getting crazier and crazier because they have to. They have to do a different thing than they did in the movie previous. But I really like it. And, the roots of this movie and the roots of, like, movie 1 kind of remind me a lot of, like, Point Break. Johnny Utah, Keanu Reeves, FBI agent infiltrating a surf group that's really bank robbers, and Patrick Swayze. Like, you guys haven't seen Point Break, go check that shit out. I friggin' named Bodie, my dog, after Patrick Swayze's character from that movie, Bodhisattva. So, I gotta go walk my boy Bodie. I miss him so much. He's downstairs. He's probably taking a little nappy poo. But go check out Guardians of the Galaxy. I got my Rocket t-shirt on. Shout out to nerdriot.com and the new Rockstars people. Oh, as always, for hooking me up with dope-ass shirts. and supplying my closet with all my favorite nerdy shit. So, I will see you guys in the next video. Be safe, be well, stay out of trouble. Follow me on my links in the description below. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Smash that subscribe button. Hit that bell if you don't want to miss any future videos. I'm Big Cam. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.